So we're here at the Unitarian Church of Montreal, and we're talking to Jane. And Jane was part of a group that went to protest the charter. And Jane, could you tell me a little bit about, well, what is the charter and why were you at the protest?
Well, the charter is basically a step that the province of Quebec wants to make towards secularism, the separation of church and state.
Yeah.
But the charter of Quebec values, as they call it, also mentions that they want to move in the direction of getting rid of all ostentatious signs, in their words, ostentatious signs, outwardly highly visible signs of religious affiliation, such as kippas, the veil, etc., etc. And this is something that just really, really bothers me on a fundamental level. It bothers me because I believe that you can have a secular state. You can separate church and state very easily without having people in the public sector get rid of all their religious affiliation. It makes no difference to me personally, and I'm speaking as an atheist and as a feminist. It makes absolutely no difference to me whether somebody is wearing a kippah and is offering me information about getting my driver's license or any other public government service. I do not see that link has to be made in the public sector, in government positions, whether somebody is wearing a veil or a kippah.
I'm sorry, what is a kippah?
Kippah is the skull cap that is known, or also the yarmulke.
We call it a yarmulke in the U.S. Yeah.
Right. This is the part of the charter that really fundamentally bothers me, and I feel like I had to speak up about it. And I took part in the demonstration, the first demonstration that took place a couple of weeks ago in downtown Montreal.
And how many people were there?
Well, originally they said they were expecting, I think, a couple of thousand, and it turned out to be much more than that. I think it was, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was over 20,000 people that showed up, possibly even more. It was a very busy, very popular demonstration, and there were people there from every walk of life. We had people had signs for atheists, against the charter, and there were Sikh organizations, and there were high schools demonstrating as well, and there were just people from every walk of life.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about it?
Not that I can think of, although I think that one other thing that I wanted to add was that the idea of getting rid of these ostentatious religious symbols is, to me, almost like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. There may be certain elements of that we need to separate in terms of religion and state, but when you get rid of everything in one fell swoop and completely deny people rights to wear what, for many of them, is part of their religious heritage. Some of these symbols and some garb have been worn for generations and generations. Basically, what you're doing is you are denying people a basic right of religious affiliation and their representation of that religious affiliation. It makes no sense to me.
And when is there going to be a vote on this, and who exactly is voting? Is it Quebec only, the Quebec province only?
The province of Quebec, exactly, and this charter is being drafted right now as we speak. It doesn't actually exist yet.
Okay.
It's a proposed charter, and from what I know is they've gone back to the drawing table, the draft. They're going to be fine-tuning it and tweaking it, and I guess they're going to be changing it given the huge outrage and opposition to it amongst many people in Quebec.
Okay. And were you at the protest with anyone else in your family?
Yes, with my husband Stash and my daughter. My eldest daughter came, and we had a...
How old is she?
She's 17, almost 17. And we made a sign, and our sign said in French, "L'intolérance n'est pas une valeur," meaning intolerance is not a value.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from England, although I've been in Canada for many, many years.
Okay, thank you. And is your daughter from?
They were born here.
They were born
in Montreal.
Okay, thank you.